Good morning and welcome to Mindful Movement with AARP Alabama. I am your host, Margie Curry, and today's lesson and session is with certified yoga instructor Becca Impello. Becca has been practicing and teaching yoga for more than 20 years. Now, we want to remind you, folks, AARP empowers people to choose how they live as they age. AARP is a nonpartisan 501c4 organization that has over 420,000 members in Alabama. AARP's role is to advocate for those 50 plus and their families. AARP Alabama is committed to offering opportunities for people to stay engaged from your home. The Mindful Movement series provides an opportunity for you to keep moving in the safety of your home. Becca, good morning. What we got going today, Becca? I can't hear you, Becca. As Becca gets ready and gets her mic ready, don't forget, everyone, that before you begin any exercise routine, you should consult your physician first with that. And today, we do have a survey after our session today, and we would love to know what you think about our series. So please let us know and give us a message in the chat and take our survey today. Becca, can we hear you now? Ah, uh-oh, something went on. Try that again on your right hand, Becca. Whatever you did, that was a.
It's muted. All right, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Very good, Becca.
I don't know why the mic didn't work, but I think I'm just operating on the computer here at this point. So let me put that down. Can you hear me all right?
How about? Can hear you really well.
Okay. All right. What happened there? It was working a minute ago, so I'll check that. Check those settings after we get going. But hopefully you're able to hear me well enough for our practice today.
Okay. Tell us what we got going on today.
Well, what I was planning to do today was have us work a little bit extra on our hands and our feet, just to get those joints, those small joints in the wrists, the hands, the fingers, the ankles, and the toes, just a little extra attention. We'll do stuff for the whole body as well, but we'll spend a little extra time on those wrists and ankles, fingers and toes today.
Okay. Well, we're ready. Let's get going.
Okay, good. Well, let's come to sitting in the chair. You'll just need any kind of sturdy, straight back chair. I'm going to go ahead and just sit tall right here at the front and take a couple of breaths. We're going to just kind of settle into our bodies and get an awareness going of our breath here. So take a nice full breath in through the nose. Exhale it out of the mouth. Do that again for me. Inhale through the nose. Out of the mouth. One more time. All right, and then from here on out, we'll try to breathe in and out through the nose most of the time as best as you can. So just take a few more breaths. Maybe bring your hands to your abdomen, your belly, and just try and allow that belly to gently move out and in. It moves out a bit as you inhale. And then it moves in, and you might even actively squeeze it in a bit on the exhale. Good diaphragmatic breathing is what we're after here, sometimes called belly breathing. And just take a couple more of those, in through the nose and out through the nose. All right, hopefully that settled us down just a little bit. Let's go ahead and just warm up the neck a bit, turning it right and left. All these movements that you're going to make today, folks, make sure you make them in a range and at a speed that feels right for your body. You don't ever want to be moving into anything that's painful. You might feel tightness or stiffness or stretching, but we don't want anything that's sharp or pinching. You just want to stay away from those movements. All right, let's bring that chin now down to the chest. And then just give that head a gentle roll over shoulder to shoulder. Just coming across the chest and up onto one shoulder with that ear, and then back across the chest and up onto that other shoulder. A couple more times here. All right, and then when that chin comes back to your chest the next time, pause there and slowly pick up the head. All right, let's warm up the shoulders. Give those shoulders a couple of good slow rolls. Bring them forward and up towards the ears and then back and down towards the waist. You can take a nice deep breath in with that shrug. Exhale as you drop them down. A couple more times here. This is one that I recommend you do throughout the day, especially if you spend a good bit of time sitting at a computer or sitting in a car or just sitting, period. All right, good. Arms down at your sides. Take the fingers and spread them out. Inhale and reach the arms any height up overhead. And then exhale, turn the palms down and drop those arms back down to your side. Palms up, reach. And exhale, palms down, drop the arms. A couple more times. Now, if you want to make this movement at a slightly different position, it would be fine to bring those arms maybe a little more in front. That may feel like it's a better, place for your shoulders to move. Okay, so you can vary that a bit. Good. One more time. We're going to try to keep those arms up if you can. Feel free to hold hands up here in the top if you want to. And let's take it over to the side, just stretching through the side of the waist and then back up tall and then over to the other side. If your arms or your shoulders just get tired or don't deal well with being overhead, try taking your hands on the top of your head as you continue to make this side to side movement. Good. And then bring it back to center. Let the arms drop down. We're going to take the hands to the knees and just go ahead and slightly round your back. Okay, so looking from the side, it looks something like this. And then pull those hands sort of towards your waist or towards your front hips and arch your back a little bit. So go rounded. You can tuck the chin down if you want, and then go arch, pull those shoulders back and get that chest to bow a little bit. Go a couple more times back and forth. Remember, maybe your movement is a good bit smaller than mine, and that would certainly be okay if that seems like the right amount of movement for you. Good. All right, now a little gentle twisting, hands to the heart, sit up tall and turn in one direction. Bring it back to center. Inhale and sit up tall. And exhale, turn the other direction. Inhale back to center, sit up tall. Again, turn. Back tall. Now, if you wanted to, you could bring those arms out to the side. All right. A little bit different for the shoulders, but you could give it a try. You're going to twist one more time to each side. And then we'll try holding it. So twist in one direction and let those hands come down and hold on to the outer knee and maybe the back of your chair. Get nice and tall through that chest. Be gentle with those arms. Don't force yourself into a twist. Don't put too much leverage on your spine there. Keep breathing, of course. And then unwind it. Bring it back to the center. Pause a moment. Sit tall. Maybe take those arms up. Turn the other way. Go ahead and let the hands kind of find those places to help hold you gently in the twist. And take a couple more breaths here. All right. And then bring it back to center. All right, let's warm up the hips and the knees, and then we're going to move into some of our special stuff for hands and feet. Well, let's go ahead and just start with some marching. picking up the knees as high as you can. This time I'd like you to stay sitting tall, so try not to roll back. You can hold onto the chair for a little bit of support. You can challenge your core a bit more by taking the arms out or up and still trying to sit up tall and hold that belly in. All right, so your choice, arms up or arms down and hold. Let's take a little bit of a out to the side movement now. So bring the knee up and then take that leg as far out as you can go, back to center. Good. Next time those knees are out, let them stay out. So one leg out, other leg out, arms down if they were up. And I want you just to see if you can take your knees close together and then open them back up again. Just some rotation, loosening up those hip joints. Knees come towards each other. They don't have to touch. And the knees go out wide. Good. Couple more. All right. And then we'll walk those feet back close together, but we'll do the same kind of thing. Open the knees out, bring them close together. Open them out, bring them together. Good. All right. Now let's move on down to the knees. Again, you might hold on and sit tall. You might take those arms out to the side or up even higher to challenge your core a little bit as you take one and then the other. Just alternate legs. Straighten and then bring it back down. Good. Now let's hold one leg out there. Just hold that muscle on the thigh nice and firm. Reach through the heel. Remember, maybe you drop those arms down and give yourself a little assist by holding onto the chair. And bring that leg down. Other leg, straighten the knee. Hold it out there. Working those thigh muscles. And then down. All right, good. All right, now we're going to do some specific range of motion for the wrist. Now, keep in mind, just like always, you don't have to make your movements any bigger than feels right for you. But we are going to just try to isolate and feel these a little bit. I'm coming closer to the camera just so you'll be able to see here. What I want you to do is take one hand and hold on to your forearm, sort of just near the wrist. And this is just to keep this part of our body steady while we now take the wrist, the hand, and we're going to take it towards the pinky finger side and then up, folding it towards the inside of our forearm, and then take it over to the thumb side as far as we can, and then down with those fingers extended. All right, so we're making a circle, slow and big for that wrist. Again, your circle may look bigger, smaller, different shape than mine. Don't worry about that. Just try to move in these directions. And go slow. One more time, and then we're going to switch directions for the same arm. All right, same hand. Go the other direction. Go towards the thumb first, and then fold it up, and then towards the pinky side, and then extend it down. Keep going a few times on this. Good. And one more time. All right, and then just shake that hand out. Open and close that fist and maybe just give it some more general sort of circles there. All right, let's do the other side. So hold on to the seated in your chair. I've stood up just so that the visual is a little clearer, closer to the camera. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to go towards the pinky and then up towards the thumb side of the wrist and then down, pinky, circling it around. You're going slow so that you're in control of this. And this, besides giving you some mobility work for these joints, improving their flexibility, we're also getting a little bit of, strengthening for this area by moving slow and deliberately. You may notice there's a difference on your, two hands. One wrist may move easier. One may move more in one direction than the other. Let's reverse direction now and just take that circle around the other way. Go towards the thumb and then fold up and then towards the pinky and then bend down. All right, couple more circles on this side. One more. All right, good. Shake that hand down, circle it out a little bit. All right, now both hands at the same time. We're going to just spread the fingers wide, take the hands back so that we're stretching that inside of the wrist. And then we're going to slowly curl those fingers like we're grabbing hold of something. Curl, curl, curl slowly into a fist. And then take that fist and turn the fist in towards the inside of the forearm so we're stretching now the back of the wrist. All right, now slowly open those fingers and take it back out. Palms facing up, that extension on the wrist. All right, again, curl the fingers slowly in. Making that fist, and then turning that fist inward, and then opening up the fingers, spreading them out, taking the fingers back. One more time. Curl the fingers in, make that fist, and then turn that fist in, and then open up the fingers, spread them out, and take it back out. Good. All right, shake those hands out. Now let's switch our focus down to the ankles. All right, one at a time to start with. Just pick that foot up and think about what you were doing with your wrist and your forearm. You were keeping everything real still, up from the wrist. We want to do the same thing here as we start to circle that foot and ankle. Go slow. Really see, can you get all the way around using, just every bit of mobility that you have at the moment in your ankles. Going slow enough to feel that, to control that. Try not to let your knee move much. Go the other way, circle slow, big ankle circles. All right, one more circle here, and we're going to switch feet. And all right, bring it down, take the other leg out. Again, try and keep the rest of the leg pretty still, pretty static, and start that slow circle. Find those edges around to the pinky side, up, inward, towards the big toe side. Notice if your toes want to get involved. They don't really need to be helping, but they may try. Go the other way. Circle, slow, controlled. All right, last circle here. And then foot back down on the ground. All right, now with our feet on the ground, sitting in that chair, I'm going to lift the fronts of the feet up so that you're on your heels, okay? You're up with the balls of the feet, you're up with the toes. You try to spread the toes out as best you can. Keep your knees still. You might even put your hands right here on your knees, and then try and take your feet in and out. You're pivoting on those heels. All right, you could have shoes on and still be doing these things. You might have a little difficulty getting the toes to be active with your shoes on, but do what you can. So you're keeping the feet up. This is working the front shin muscle, which is a good one to strengthen. And going out and in. Again, try not to let the thigh bones move or the kneecaps move, but just the lower leg. A couple more times. You can stop and rest if your shins get tired here. All right, bring it back to center, drop it down, and just go ahead and point and flex both feet a few times. All right, we're going to stand up next. Since we're going to do a couple things for the feet and ankles and standing, and do some stretches for the rest of the body. So let's use our chair, or you could be using a wall. You could be using another piece of furniture or a countertop that's taller, sort of like the back of the chair is there. We're going to start by just touching that chair for balance, although you could let go if you wanted to challenge your balance a little more. And let's go up on those tippy toes. Now we're working the calf muscles, and come down nice and slow. Up, down, up. Pause there at the top for just a split second or two, and then slowly down. 3 more. Maybe you let go. Challenge your balance a little bit. All right, now I'm going to take both heels up, but then just drop one. Okay, so I've got one heel up, the knee on that side is going to bend, and the other heel has dropped down. And then I'm coming back up with both, and then drop in the other. All right, so get a little rhythm going. Up on both, drop one down. Again, hold on or let go. Remember, some other things you could do for balance challenge if you want is to turn your head and look around. We did a whole balance practice 2 weeks ago when we worked on these different things. All right, now back up onto both balls of the feet, up nice and tall. Hold that contraction in those calves for just another breath. And then drop it down. All right, now let's step one leg back and give it a good stretch. So push that heel down. You're leaning forward on your chair or your countertop as you push into that back heel. Good, 2 more breaths here. All right, and then we'll switch sides. Take the other leg back. Lean into that chair just a little bit as you push into that back heel. Good. All right, now we're going to walk both feet back. Start to get that body stretched out a little bit longer. Arms on the top of the chair or the countertops. Now we're getting a stretch for the shoulders and the spine and even into those hips. Good. Take 2 more breaths here. All right, now let's step the left foot forward. Let's try and let go of the chair and get your balance. Bring the hands up. If this is challenging, keep your eyes on one spot. That will help. Touch the chair as needed. Let's do a little pull, and when you pull back, make a fist, and then a push, and when you push forward, spread those fingers. Push the palms out. And then as you pull back, make a fist, and turn that fist down so that, again, we're stretching the back of the wrist. And then go the other way with that wrist when you press forward, bending it back. Okay, a couple more. Pull back, knuckles down, push forward, palms out. 2 more. Pull and push, pull and push. Hands back down onto the chair, step back. This is our downward facing dog version that I like to do with the chair or the countertop. Stretch back into those hips. Long spine, long arms. Knees might be bent or they might be straight. Step the right foot forward. Get steady in that stance. Find a spot to gaze at with your eyes for balance. Bring those hands up and get steady. And when you're ready, the same push and pull. Pull back. Turn those knuckles down. Push forward. Spread the palms. Reach with the heels of the hands. Pull back. Push forward. Pull back. Push forward. 2 more. All right, last time, hands down on this chair top. Walk it back, stretch back, long arms, long spine. All right, and then walk it back in. Roll those shoulders a little bit. We're going to do a little something for the fingers and then the toes to finish this out. Now you can come back to sitting in your chair or you could stand, either way. Again, I'm going to come closer to the camera so that you'll be able to see a little bit better what's happening. So you're going to take one hand and make it into a fist and take the other hand and cover that fist. Okay, so it's like you just wrapped one hand around like a ball shape. In fact, we could use a tennis ball or something if we wanted to, but we got that other hand there. Now what you're going to do is keep all those fingers attached to that fist except your index finger. Lift it up in the air and try and draw a circle with it. So we're just trying to mobilize these finger joints one at a time. Make a circle. It's a little awkward with these fingers. Go the other direction. And you'll notice that some fingers are much more mobile and others are much less mobile. All right, take that index finger down. Do that middle finger. Try to circle it. It's a good bit smaller movement than we just did with that index finger. Go the other way. It's hard to keep my index finger clamped down. All right, now the ring finger, even less movement. Hard to make it circle at all. You may feel like you're just barely, holding it up. That's okay. See if you can imagine it circle. All right, pinky finger. It's going to move a little more easily. Circle that pinky finger. Go the other direction. And we don't want to forget the thumb, so take that thumb out and circle it. Go the other direction. All right, and then shake both those hands down. Open and close them. Let's do the other side. So make that fist and take your other hand and clamp it over it. Pick up the index finger, circle. Go the other direction. These are good coordination activities as well as just helping that mobility. Like good for our brain to do fine motor control. Middle finger, see if you can make it circle. You may feel more like it just wags back and forth a little bit, doesn't make that much of a circle. Go the other direction. All right, ring finger. This is my left hand, so it's harder to coordinate. Circle or make it move, whatever it'll do. That's a hard one. Try to go the other direction. All right, pinky finger. A little bigger movement. Keep the other fingers clamped over that fist. Reverse direction. And then that thumb, circle the thumb. And then go the other direction. I'm walking back to sit back down. All right, good job. Circle out those, or shake out those hands one more time. Now, let's work on those toes just a little bit, okay? So do the best you can. If your feet are in socks and shoes, still try to make the movements as best you can. This helps your brain identify and connect to your body. So we try and lift and spread all 10 toes. And then see if you can put just the big toes down. Keep the little toes up. All right? And then pick them all up. See if you can put the little toes down and keep the big toes up. Let's try that much again. All toes up and big toes down. Just be glad I'm not making you do circles with your toes. All toes up, little toes down. My left foot doesn't do this nearly as well as my right. All right, now, relax. See if you can, from feet on the ground, toes on the ground, pick up just your big toes. So I can do that on my right. I have a real hard time on my left. If I help it out, then I can keep it up. All right, toes down. Keep the big toes down. Lift the other 4 toes on each foot. For me, that's a little easier. It may be different for you. Let's do that one more time. Big toes up. Little toes stay down. And then little toes up, big toes stay down. And then relax. Whew. All right, just circle those feet. Take a moment just to sit tall. Be amazed at the wonder of your bodies all the way down to those little fingers and toes. Let's take just a few breaths to finish. Sit up tall. Inhale and reach those arms out and up. Exhale and back down. Slow down that breath. You can make your movement small if you want. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale up. This time, bring the hands to the heart. Pause here. Just take a moment for gratitude. Thanks to AARP, as always, for providing us this opportunity to move mindfully together. And I apologize for the mic difficulties. We'll try to get that sorted out next time. We have a survey, so we'd love your feedback on how these programs are working for you. Thanks so much, everyone.
Oh, thank you so very much today, Becca. That was very interesting to see how those fingers have such a difficult time. No wonder we can't pick up things sometimes. But thank you very much today. We want to remind everyone to tune in every Tuesday at 10 o'clock a.m. for Mindful Movement so that you can see what AARP Alabama is doing to help you while you stay engaged. Thanks, everyone, and see you next time. Bye.
Bye.